proud about?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Ryan here.
Good evening, Tiffany.
And Tiffany. Let us know if we got audio. I tested this thing like a lot.
Yeah,
but I also tested it a lot before.
Like I said before.
And it didn't really help. So, I was just telling Tiffany. So she said, you know, I feel like I haven't seen you at all today. And I said, I've been here. I've been home. I was yelling at the kids. I feel like I'm getting really good at yelling at the kids.
But I'm getting really good at it. He said if it was an Olympic sport,
I'm pretty sure I could go pro. A little bit more practice.
Win something. So.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Rye.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good.
What's up,
Audio
Crystal? What's
and
up?
Video are good. Wow, you actually did it.
I don't know.
Holy smokes, I'm surprised.
I'm smarter than I look.
I moved from regular latte to decaf latte. So now I'm like 4 regular coffees.
And Tiffany wonders why she wakes up at like 2 in the morning and can't fall back asleep. It's probably because you're chugging mocha frappullados.
No. Do you know why I wake up at 2 a.m.?
Why?
Because I want a latte.
Do you really?
It's so bad. I wake up and I'm like, 1:56. I need to go back to sleep. Latte would be so great right now. And then I think about it and I'm like, I'm going to get up and make a latte. Sometimes I get up, I have a latte. I look at the news and stuff like for like an hour and then I go back to sleep.
That's super weird. Super weird.
It's called an addiction.
That is an addiction. You know,
my point is that I moved to like 4 regular coffees and then I moved to a couple decafs.
You know,
not a couple.
I just saw this meme on Instagram that about addiction, and it said it's not an addiction unless you've given oral for it.
Wow. Really?
Pretty funny. That's good stuff, man. Hey, make sure you guys share this stream on Facebook for a chance to win our big giveaways tonight.
It does sound a little low.
Yeah, I know. We're dealing with some other issues. Sound is better, but we've got to have 2 mics because my voice is so loud. Tiffany's voice is low.
His voice is so loud all the time.
Yeah, so...
In fact, when he was at the gun range today, another customer heard him.
Not a customer. This guy is another instructor in Tampa. His name's Tim. So big shout out to Tim. So I come out of the gun range and somebody said something to me and I like started talking and he goes,
don't say that word.
Okay. From like the other side of the gun store, he's like, no way, man. Oh my gosh. And he comes up and gives me a big hug. He's like, man, I heard your voice, dog. I knew it was you.
I heard your voice. I'm like, yeah, you can hear that everywhere. Everywhere you go, everyone hears Brian's
So
voice.
Big shout out to Tim. Tim, it was fun to meet you today, buddy.
So the Regis and Kathy of guns. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. And wow, what a compliment. I'd totally be Kathy Lee, but
Kelly's hotter.
I was gonna say Kelly's cuter.
I'll be.
But Kathy was probably. I mean,
I don't remember ever watching the show. I remember watching Regis Philbin. I don't ever remember watching it.
I mean, she would have already been like 60 years old.
Weren't they married or something?
No.
Well, did they get into a big fight or like what caused that big breakup?
There was like a split up. I don't know what it was over.
Okay,
that was like 1989 or something. But anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So I hope you guys are all having a great evening.
Yes, what's up?
We're happy to have you
Nail
here.
Me from Broward County.
Show some giveaways. So we are going to do some giveaways. We're going to do a tactical pen tonight. It's got a flashlight on there. It's got a
awesome O-Light flashlight that was provided to us by
Jason, who's an admin
on the Florida Concealed Carry Facebook group.
So if you haven't joined that group yet, it's just Florida. What is it? Concealed Carry? Florida Concealed Carry
Facebook group.
If you just search in Facebook, Florida Concealed Carry, it'll pop up. And then we're also going to give away another one of Ryan's book, or maybe even 2 tonight. So stick with us till the end.
Steve from Detroit. Ooh, Steve, you need a gun in Detroit, buddy.
You need a gun, yes.
So I keep seeing, you know, they sell houses like for like $1 in Detroit. You can buy a house.
Crazy.
You can buy a house for $1,000 or whatever. I was like, we can buy a whole freaking subdivision.
Yeah.
But we'll get murdered if we ever go there and try to fix this house. This is not going to go well.
And in Detroit, totally ignorant here. You can't have any guns, right?
No, you can have guns.
Oh,
Florida reciprocates with, and there is where the chief of police was encouraging people. You need to have a gun. You need to carry permit.
Yeah,
because it's just so dangerous, right?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so what happened today in the news?
All kinds of stuff. We know the election has been quite the cluster. There's somebody saying, "Are there any MAGA here First time.
Wait, yes, shared. Please share.
Yeah.
That really helps us. That really helps us to grow.
Defeat these evil communists.
Yeah, and just
social
to get
media
people
companies.
in and realize that gun owners are normal, right? We're normal.
Are we normal?
Kinda.
I literally am proud at how much I yelled at my kids today. So is that normal?
I was thinking of the other thing that we said right before the live, and I said that's cool that we have normal. What'd you say, like congresswoman or something? Normal people.
Okay, so I was telling Tiffany about there was this senator. I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? It was a senator, right?
Oh, wow.
So she got on TV and she said, "I don't wear a face mask for the same reason I don't wear panties. Sometimes things just got to breathe."
That's hilarious.
And you know what? That's pretty funny.
I like that.
I think sometimes what bothers me about a lot of people is that we put on this big front of who we are and what we believe. And I think we live in America where we're supposed to have freedom of speech. And I think we just need to be who we are. And you're either going to like me or you're going to hate me. Yeah. But at least you're going to pick a side.
I have to say, I love that about you. When I went to go get my nails done today, the lady, she's like, that's what I love about Trump. He just says whatever he thinks.
And that's also gotten him elected. That might be why he didn't get elected.
This is true. But I said, yeah, my husband's like that too. I'm like, he just goes out like because you don't care what people think of you. I love that.
I said something stupid tonight.
I do care.
I was doing a private range training with this guy, and what was his name? Sheldon. And Sheldon said, "So, do you do a lot of these?" And I said, "Enough to be annoying." And he goes, "Oh, well, I'm sorry." And I said, "I shouldn't have said that, Sheldon." It did is what popped into my head. But did I
miss something? I didn't get that.
Do enough private trainings for it to be annoying for me. Right? I said, "I'm glad you're here, Sheldon. I don't find you annoying, but sometimes it is a little bit annoying to be at the gun range all day." I know I shouldn't have said it, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
Can't believe you said that.
Isn't it bad? Success is when you start complaining about being successful.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You're gonna complain
That's when
about
you're
that.
a douche. Okay.
Total
anyway,
douche.
let's get back on topic.
Okay.
So here is the funniest headline as I was scrolling through the news today.
Tell me, because he didn't want to tell me what it was.
Man pulled out a gun because somebody told him that he had a small penis.
Maybe he did.
Maybe he did. So this is from.
What? Why did this happen?
Okay, so it was a road rage incident. This is reported from the Daily News, which sounds super fake. Dustin Cones, who's 21, he revved his Jeep's engine in Key West traffic. Maybe somebody did know the size of this penis in Key West.
And that made somebody mad?
I guess, yeah, some guy named Toby was in front of him. He eventually got out and said, "You have a small D." And that's when Cones responded by pulling out his 9mm and pointing it.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's something we would have said to each other, like on the schoolyard, like a million times over.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like, I mean,
hey, thanks, Tommy. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Tommy. Don't you, like, still say that to your buddies and stuff? I mean, whatever.
Sure, we say all kinds of jokes and stuff like that. But this also goes to show the sensitivity, right, of America. Number one, that you're going to get out of your car. What are you going to do? You're going to fight this guy because he's revving his engine?
But also, like you always say, you never know who you're dealing with.
True.
And that's a perfect case. You know, you just say some smart ass thing thinking, you know, no big deal. And then the next thing you know, you got a muzzle pointed in your face.
Now, when the police showed up, this guy, Cones, the guy that pulled his gun, he was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Should be.
Carrying a concealed weapon without a license. This guy's a rock star. The gun that he had was stolen.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, so this is a real thug.
And he didn't have a driver's license.
Oh, okay. So, winner.
Yeah.
Winner.
So but again, you don't know. You might be calling somebody a name. You might be flipping them off. You might be threatening to fight them. But that might be the dude who really has nothing to lose, right?
Wow.
Just lost his job, found out his wife's cheating on him, and now you're acting like an idiot in traffic. That person may just pull out a gun and open fire.
Yeah.
You know, don't
tell people they got a small peepee. Exactly, Brian.
We just had a young lady in the class. I think she said she's 24 years old. She got a 3-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And I said, "Why are you wanting to get a carry permit?" And she said, "Ryan, I was putting my baby. It happened on Hillsborough and 22nd. Ooh. I was in a strip center at some business. I don't remember what she said. Putting my baby in the back seat, and a car pulled up, rolled the window down, and just opened fire into her car."
Oh.
And I said, "Holy, like they missed her and they missed the kid."
Was it targeted or?
So I said, were they after you? Now she said she heard through the streets. Okay, not sure what that means, but heard through the streets that they were after somebody else.
Okay.
And she said, I've been letting my brother and somebody else borrow her car lately.
So your brother and his friend are
might be doing some shady stuff.
Yeah.
And now
I mean, that's not kind of normal for someone just to roll up and open fire.
Well, it's a drive-by, right? That's an attempted murder. That's somebody that's obviously coming to kill.
Do you guys know that we have like drive-bys in Tampa? Like,
we live in Valrico, though, Tiffany. Like, yes, I meet people all the time. When you're
crazy.
on the Fowler, Fletcher, Hillsborough Avenue kind of area, right? That place is rough. Right by USF.
I know it's rough, but I didn't think like there was like drive-bys. Like, yikes.
Yeah, no.
Crazy. So I was going to say, though, that's a scary thing to have to put your kid in the car seat. That's like the most vulnerable spot for a woman. Like,
while you're putting the baby in? Sure.
Because there's no way to have that situational awareness. Like, it's very tough.
And it takes a lot of time.
You still can, but it is very tough. You got to lean in, your backside is out, and it's just like uncomfortable, and you really have to just kind of, do it as quickly as you can and get out and kind of look around. Like, that was one thing that I always hated doing as a mom, was buckling my kids in.
Yeah, so I had a really smart young lady in the class the other day. She said she felt very weird about this man that was like walking near her when she was putting the baby in. So she actually got into the car, locked the doors, and then put the baby in the car seat while she was secured. And I think that was very smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do. And sometimes it's just, hey, I'm not going out to my car. I'm going back in, and there's a fly. It's going to bother us this whole live.
That's okay. All right, so a Florida man was shot and killed.
I hate
this week, just a couple days ago, while he was being given a gun. This guy's buddy was going to give him
like five
guns.
Yeah.
He was moving to Mexico, which I don't know why anybody would move to Mexico.
Really?
Why he would want to move?
Yeah. No, I'm saying that's crazy. Why? Yeah,
because he probably thinks he's going to live like a king. He's got $5,000 in his savings account, and he thinks that's enough.
But Mexico is not very sound right now.
Or ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so after dinner Monday night, Jay had invited his buddy James back to his home for the deal of a lifetime. Jay was planning to move to Mexico, and he decided to give his gun collection to James. Now, while Jay was handling a firearm, it discharged, striking Jay. And Jay is a Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Captain.
Wow.
It reminds me of that time.
Did
Remember?
He have a family?
I'm sure he did. He was in his 40s. I'm sure he had a wife and kids, which sucks. But this goes to show, if you remember Tiffany, I don't remember. Do you remember the guy we used to go to church with? He had full sleeve tattoos, really hardcore guy. I think he played the guitar, Matt.
Yeah.
So we went over to his house for dinner, and Matt was like, hey, you want to see my guns? And I said, awesome. Of course I want to see your guns.
It was a big revolver, right?
Yeah, so he brings me into his bedroom, and he pulls out this revolver, and he goes to hand it to me, and he says, be careful, it's hot. And I said, well, why would you hand me a loaded gun? And he goes, oh, you're a gun guy. You can handle it. What if I can't? Okay? Our kids are like on the other side of this drywall, bud. Just because I'm a gun person, every time you pick up a gun, you need to safety check it. We need to make sure that firearm is for sure unloaded.
Yeah, and you never hand somebody a loaded firearm.
And then as soon as you hand it to me, even though I watch you safety check it
again.
I need to safety check it.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be so obsessive about this that this isn't even a possibility. Because you got to remember, gun safety is a multi-layered approach, and we need to make sure if we mess up on one rule, then the other rules are going to protect us.
Right, and that's the whole point of all the rules. And that's why they don't just have one rule of keep your finger off the trigger.
And that's also why, do you remember the argument you got into with somebody on Florida Concealed Carry Facebook group? About the guy putting the gun at his head or whatever? I don't know if you guys...
oh, no, that's not inappropriate. That's big boy rules.
So pointing a gun at your head...
Big boy rules, there is no such thing as big boy rules. When you think that you're in big boy, you're expert enough that you can be in big boy rules and not follow firearms.
Those are the dudes that shoot themselves.
Those are the dudes that shoot themselves or kill someone.
Yeah.
So, and when you get into that habit of safety checking a firearm, because I worked at the gun store for so many years, we would clear it, pass it to a customer.
You check it so much,
They would send it back. You would check it. You would be holding it. You would check it again. Like, you would check the gun so many times. So now I check a firearm so many times. I don't even have to check it because I just checked it like 15 seconds ago, but I check it again. And I've seen you do the same thing.
Safety checking it?
So used to it.
Oh, I safety check guns like crazy.
That we safety check. So do any of you on here, not that you're going to admit it, but do any of you on here feel like...
No, I want to know who safety checks their guns a lot.
No,
just type safety check in.
And I want to know who thinks that they can do big boy rules, or you thought before we just had this discussion that you could do big boy rules. So if that's you, put big boy. And big boy does not mean...
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get some very interesting DMs now, Tiff. That was not smart.
So yeah, because I want to see, if any of you actually feel that way.
You know what? So William Emmerich says
That's Bill.
Yeah, I know.
William.
I don't know why he changed his name, because he wants to be more professional.
William.
He's trying to become an accountant or something.
William.
So Bill says, the guy that just shot his pregnant wife, I got a video coming out about it later this week. But this guy, it was 1:30 in the morning.
Yep.
He hears an intruder, allegedly, and goes out and shoots his pregnant wife, kills her. They were able to save the baby. Baby's still in critical condition, I think. So we don't know ups or downs of whether the baby's going to survive.
I haven't read that story, but I'm a little suspicious.
Yeah, sure.
And the reason I'm suspicious is because the number one killer of pregnant women is a spouse or a boyfriend.
Really?
Yes.
Is this like a thing?
Yes.
That happens?
Huge thing. Number one killer of pregnant women is a spouse or a boyfriend. Happens a lot.
Okay. Interesting.
So that makes me a little suspicious. I mean, I'm not. I mean, poor guy. I'm sorry that happened to you, but
yeah,
I'd like to know more about that story.
So a weapon light, because we need to identify exactly who the person is that we're about to engage.
100% a weapon light. But why are we shooting through doors? Like, you can be propped, ready to rock and roll, and and that's at that point.
Well, we don't know if he shot through the door.
Yeah, I'm.
All it said was he was in his bedroom and he heard an intruder, but it doesn't say that there's very little information. It doesn't say he went outside.
Okay, I'm pretty darn sure he shot through like the bedroom door.
Maybe.
Or something. Anyway, you start to yell commands. You can yell commands. You don't just start going Rambo on someone's,
Yeah.
You can say, hey, I got a gun. Stop. I got a gun.
Well, see, that's the second part, right? Is that we need to also integrate commands so that if it is a loved one, we give them that opportunity, right? To actually say, hey,
like,
hold up,
stop.
Dad. It's me or whatever.
Yeah,
we shouldn't just be shooting.
There was that story of that young girl that snuck into her house.
Yeah.
And as soon as she heard her dad coming, she quickly jumped in the
closet,
the entry closet, like where you hold jackets and stuff, and she hid in there. And when the dad heard something, he just shot right through the door, thinking it's an intruder, and he killed. I think it was a 16-year-old daughter.
Yeah, 17, I think. But
so that's really not necessary.
Okay, lots of people saying that they do safety checks.
Good.
Lots and lots of people. Not as many as I thought, which is scary, but still lots of people.
Somebody said frozen.
Identify target, regardless of situation. Yep.
Yes, 100%. That is 100%. You need to know what is in front of you before you pull that trigger. In fact, before you even put your finger on that trigger, because you're shaking, you are scared, no doubt. Your adrenaline is going. And even if you think that you're okay, you put your finger on the trigger and you see a shadow, you may just pull uninspected.
Sure, because it's called the grasp reflex, right?
Exactly.
It's something that just happens neurologically and your brain's just not really prepared for it.
So you definitely, I mean, everybody should have a weapons light on their firearm, and then 100% know that is a, and you just never know. Drunk people go to the wrong place by accident, think it's their house, all kinds of stuff. Like, there's been so many stories of people just in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here's a situation where I was in the wrong place. The Shell gas station just down the street from.
Literally down the street.
Shell gas station just down the street of where we live just had a armed robbery.
That's like the second closest gas station to us.
It's pretty close, man. It's pretty close. So we're going to play this video, and then we're going to talk about exactly what happened.
Let's see it.
And we're going to see kind of, I believe that this clerk, she did a lot of dumb stuff, and it could have cost her life. So let's watch the video, and then we'll see.
You can open the register.
I can't open the register. He even got the case in his face. He can't even open. I'm not going to take my phone. I'm not lying.
Open it now.
I can't open it now.
Open it
You can do
now.
whatever you want to me,
Open
kid.
it now.
I don't care what you got to do to me.
Now. Open it. The next one's for you.
I
Open
got
it.
at least bring up.
Open it now.
Just bring up.
Open it now.
Oh my God.
Now. Hurry up and open it now. Hurry. Hurry.
I'm trying. I
No,
got
you're
to
not.
bring
You're
up
solid.
something.
Hurry up.
Okay, so I find what do you think about that robbery, Tiff?
I would have pissed myself.
Yeah, I know.
So-
Tiffany
so
gets
I'm
scared
like,
pretty fast,
well,
right?
I'm thinking, no, like he pointed the gun right in her
I know.
face. So I'm thinking, you idiot, you got your finger on the trigger, you pointing that gun right in my face. I would have peed myself, but also I'm thinking she seems really calm. That seems,
Because she's very dumb.
is that it? Or
she's
is
very
that like
dumb.
an inside job?
So no. I edited some of the video out because it was too long. But when the
Okay.
guy first came in, she was right at the front near the exit or by the front door, right? And the guy came in and was waving stuff around. And then he actually walked past her and he walked to the register and she chose to follow him and walk over to the register, which was
Okay, like,
extremely stupid.
I'm running out of the store.
She should have run out that store and
Yeah,
just
that's
been
me.
gone.
I'm running out the store. Like,
Yeah, it was very dumb. So yes, she definitely followed him, and then I don't know what her game was, but she said, I don't want to open the register. And she's like, I can't open it unless you buy something. What do you expect this guy to pull out his debit card and be like, all right, give me the stick of gum?
I was gonna say, so ring something up.
Right.
That's what I would have said.
So she's playing a game because she didn't want to open the register,
But
and
dude's
honestly,
gotta-
she might have died because of it.
I don't know.
Okay, so LaFawn says inside job. Could be. It could very well be because I feel like
yeah,
the
that's
nerves
what I'm
were not
saying.
there,
Inside
right?
job. Like she doesn't even look shaky. She's like, can't open it. Can't open it. Like,
Yeah.
like totally moseying around.
And even when the guy was fumbling, because it was like, hey, thanks, Dark Angel.
Mid-range scope, not so expensive. For what? A
Hold on to
mid-range
that for
scope
the question
what?
section, and then we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when he was fumbling around with the gun, it was almost like he was trying to load it. He was trying to get the safety off or
Oh,
whatever.
gosh.
I would have gone monkey crazy on him.
Yeah, I know you would have. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. What is
But-
that?
Like scratching or something. Like when somebody's trying to
Ryan's
rape you.
fighting? That's how Ryan fights.
Yeah, so she should have opened the register. And I just think it was really dumb. She should have run. But
Yeah, just open the register, give the guy the money, and get out. I
So
mean,
if-
it's not her store. Like whatever, they have insurance for that stuff, don't
So
they?
when Lincoln and I were watching that video earlier, he said, Dad, what would you have done? So my question is to you guys, is it legal? Is it legal if you were a patron, a customer in that store, you saw that guy come in with a gun and he's robbing the place?
Good.
Are you legally allowed to pull out your gun and use or threaten the use of deadly force? So leave a comment.
Oh, I was gonna answer.
No, don't answer it yet. I want to
Okay.
leave some comments and see
Okay.
kind of what people think.
I think I know the answer.
Okay.
You know why? Do you want to know why? I know
Could
the
she have
answer?
shot him in the back? Interesting. Some people saying yes.
I know the answer because I've listened to
What?
you talk so much, and
Yeah.
I proofread your book 50 times.
I know. Yeah, and Mike says, agreed, just give him the $100. That's the funny part,
Right.
right? Businesses don't have that much money because we've learned this lesson already.
Right.
And you take, when you get big chunks of money, you drop it
Yeah.
into the drop bag.
Drop it in the drop
safe, whatever. And they're only
Couple
getting,
$100.
there's a couple $100
There's
bucks
gonna
in the
be
register.
float and a couple $100.
Yeah, you're getting very, very little.
Who needs to get shot? And what do they? Well, I was gonna say, what do they make? $8 an hour, but now they make $15 an hour.
I know. Yeah. And our hamburgers are going to be $47 soon. You know what? I went to Taco Bell and these retards. Sorry.
That's not a good word.
Okay, I shouldn't have said
Okay,
that.
don't say that word.
These
Okay,
idiots
Thank you.
made my nachos so terrible. As soon as I opened it, I was like, you don't deserve $15 an hour with the way you just made my nachos.
Because you have to ask for my name when I go to the checkout. You're like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Why do you need my name? To make sure we give you the right order."
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
like-
the car that's in line. Whatever.
Like, I did. I look around. I said, "I'm the only car here." They said, "Another one can pull up." I said, "Okay, Sally."
Okay, so IXO, sounds like a porn star name, says yes because your life is in danger, especially after fire the shot. Feel
Well-
the freedom seeds.
So we're not saying the girl to pull the gun who's got the firearm pointed in her face. We're saying like you're a customer in the store going to grab a Coke and some peanuts. Does anybody eat Coke and peanuts?
Ooh, interesting. Eugene says depends on the county. No, it doesn't. So in Florida, we have
The same.
You gonna interrupt me, or are you gonna just
No.
keep talking? Okay. In Florida, we have a law that I always have a hard time remembering.
Well, then I should have interrupted you. You don't even know what
But
you're
I was
talking
gonna
about
say it. It
anyway.
was right there, man, and you totally.
Right, sure. And you
Gosh.
wrote a book.
I did write a book. Man, I always forget about the name of this law. Preemption law is what it's called. We have
Preemption
preemption,
law.
and preemption says that there's only the state law. So we have state law, and every county cannot have a
Which
stricter policy than what the state law has
It's
already
amazing.
imposed.
Otherwise, could you imagine driving from Hillsborough County into Polk County being like, oh crap, now I got to get out,
Okay.
put my magazine in my trunk of my car?
Some people said, Shell Knight says, yes, because he's committing a felony. It's not all felonies, Shell. It's only a forcible felony.
Yeah.
So this is robbery, which is stealing while putting in fear.
No, it's armed robbery.
Yeah, but robbery is a forcible felony.
Oh, okay.
And we have a right to use a
But
gun.
armed
so.
robbery is a double,
Sure.
double forcible felony.
Ooh, double. It's a double
It's a
forcible
double
felony.
forcible felony.
Okay, lots of people said yes. What if he shot him in the back? So what if he had his back turned and he was running out?
I wouldn't shoot him if he was running out.
Sure.
But if he, is doing this and he's dead on, I think that's fair game.
Not if he's pointed at you, though, right? Because we want the advantage. If
No,
somebody's
no,
pointing at-
I'm saying pointing it to her. And
Yeah.
you're the customer.
Sure.
No, I know. If somebody's already got a gun up, you don't try to draw because you've got a massive disadvantage and you're going to die that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But I'm saying, like, you walk in, and you're in the peanut section because I like peanuts, and you see this guy pointing a gun at her and then turns around, you can do it.
And that's where you better be damn confident in your ability
be
to
a good-
draw that
yeah.
gun smoothly
Yeah.
and get a fast, accurate first round
But
shot.
is that the best thing to do?
Because if you screw that up, people are going to die.
Okay, is that the best thing to do?
It's the best thing to do if you have a high degree of skill. If you can apply that skill and actually get the shot, then it's a great thing to do.
Okay.
If you're like most concealed carry permit holders that think they're going to be able to do it because they watch a John Wick movie or they did it once in dry fire training, then you're going to fail and you're going to get somebody killed and you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life.
I'm like Angelina Jolie. So
Are you?
Yeah.
You're going to be like flipping knives and stuff at people
yeah, exactly.
randomly?
Totally.
Okay.
In my head.
All right. So if he's
Oh.
running out, he's no longer a threat, so it wouldn't be okay, right? Here's kind of the way that works in my opinion. If somebody is running out, he's got that gun, and there's another person that he's running towards, in my opinion, it'd be easy to perceive, reasonable for me to believe, he's still a deadly threat to the person that he's running at. Again, that's just my opinion. But if I feel somebody with a gun who's already threatened to kill people, my goal and job is to neutralize that individual as fast and quickly as possible. And you know what? Dan is a perfect example of somebody that I would want in that building. If my wife and kids, thanks,
Yeah.
Dan, for the $10, bud.
Thank you, Dan.
If my wife and kids were at a store and some scumbag come in, Dan is the type of person that I would want there because
Right.
Dan literally trains
Right.
every single day.
Yeah, I know.
Every day.
Yeah, he's great. He's awesome.
So when that moment comes, Dan is going to be ready.
That's what you want is,
Yeah.
those kind of concealed carriers all around you in public. You don't know they're there, but they're there. The sheepdogs that take it seriously.
Yeah.
They want to train. And what's that quote that says, like, you train every day of your life for 30 seconds or 10 seconds?
Yeah, well, I said that after the Dallas Fort Worth shooting that happened
Yeah.
at the church, right?
Yeah.
So
Jack
you remember
Wilson.
that Jack Wilson, that scumbag, came in with a shotgun and
Yeah.
started shooting people, and Jack, in under 6 seconds,
Yeah.
identified the threat, oriented himself towards the threat, presented his gun, and fired a shot over the heads of like 25 people
And
on a moving target and shot the guy right in the head dead, right? So that was 6 seconds in time.
Yeah.
But what was his name? Greg Wilson?
Jack Wilson.
Jack Wilson. So Jack Wilson trained.
I
He's
think
like
it's Jack
65. It is Jack Wilson.
Okay.
He trained his entire life
Yeah, his entire life.
for 6 seconds in time. But that 6 seconds in time
Saved
saved countless other lives.
Countless lives. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
And
What-
that's a great example. That shooting right there was a great example of the separation between what 90% of concealed carry permit
Yeah.
holders are. 90% are the guy who identified the threat, was unsure and untrained in his abilities, went to draw his gun, but he
Yeah.
was super slow, and he transcribed so the bad guy saw him doing it,
Yeah.
and then the bad guy was able to get a good hit and kill him.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
His name was Dirty Harry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
total badass.
he's a
But
legend.
you know that guy put in hours,
A lot of time,
and
dude.
hours and hours of training.
You don't make a
mean,
headshot at like 20 yards
was
on a moving target
far.
without putting in a lot of
That's
trigger
like
time.
totally amazing. Like that guy. That made me think like that guy was so hot.
Sure. Sure. It made me
That
think
was-
about switching teams.
That was so great.
All right. If you guys have any questions
Yes.
about Florida concealed carry law, concealed carry in general, we're
Yeah,
going to go back up to, I think,
Don't
Dark
forget,
Angel.
We're gonna finish up pretty soon here with these. So he wanted to know what's a good scope, not so expensive, expensive.
Yeah. So Dark Angel, a scope brand that I love is Redfield.
Yep.
Redfield's the company that is owned by Loophole.
Mm-hmm.
They use Loophole glass,
Mhm.
and I think it's made in China, whereas opposed to Loophole that's made here in America. But super high quality. I mean, I
It's a
love
good
'em.
alternative.
Like you can get really, really nice glass optics from Redfield for, I think we sell them for like $250.
Oh, cheaper than that. You can
Yeah,
get-
they're. What are you doing?
I want the screen on.
Okay,
that.
give me a second. Let me fix it.
Yes, so that's a good option. Check them out.
Yeah,
There's
so
some good ones.
definitely check it out. Any other quick questions? Between sheepdogs trained consistently, mostly keyboard commandos get their Florida concealed carry permit.
Yes.
You know,
And-
I think there's this misconception, right, that people think that they're going to rise to the occasion of a
well,
violence
that's not
attack.
a misconception. That's like truth.
Yeah.
Hard.
They're gonna. The misconception is that they're gonna rise to the occasion.
Right. Yeah.
And the reality is, you will always fall back to your highest level of training. And what they say is, whatever your skill set is at a gun range during some stress training, you're going to perform at 50% of that during a real life or death situation. So imagine, however well you perform at the range, if I'm screaming at you and giving you commands, whatever, 50% of that, cut that in half. That's how you're going to be in real life
Wow.
because of adrenaline, cortisol, and all those nerves you're going to be going through. So are you really ready for that? Or are you fooling yourself like most people are?
Right. Did he pull his gun or his weapon?
Oh, you one of those army people? This is my gun. This is my weapon. You know that?
No.
Yeah, they say the penis is the gun.
Oh.
The weapon is.
Oh, well, because
yeah.
I would say it says nobody practices toilet safety defense strategy enough. Need a quick draw from the porcelain throne in case you're taking.
Yeah,
shots.
auditory exclusion is one of the body's natural reactions. Good.
Yep.
We're dealing with a smart guy there.
Yep.
You
So-
need it.
So go ahead.
You need a shower gun. Probably not likely. Revolvers are the best shower guns. K. Marcel says, is the Romeo 5 the best bang for the buck? The Romeo 5, that's what I just bought, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
I did
changed
just buy
his
one
name?
of those.
Oh, it's on Facebook. That's why.
Yeah. So I did buy a Romeo 5. I haven't filmed any videos
Did
with
you?
it. I did, yeah. I bought it for the new rifle that I'm going to build that I haven't built yet. We're going to do some YouTube videos with it.
Okay.
To do some like AR builds and this is how you do it kind of thing. So yep, did buy it. We've played around with it a little bit, Lincoln and I. You know, I also own an Aimpoint T2 Micro. I know it's not going to hold up and hold at zero the same way that an Aimpoint is, but I do think it's a pretty good optic. I'm actually pretty impressed with it.
How much cheaper is that
I
than?
think I paid it's less than 200.
Okay.
Yeah,
so quite a
compared
bit.
to 800 for
800.
the
Yeah, that's substantial.
for the Aimpoint. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's a pretty good deal.
Gotcha.
And again, if you're not like a person that's banging your gun around a lot, you're keeping it in a case, holding the zero probably isn't much of an issue for you. What makes a good holster? Well, good. Kevin, that's a great question. I have an entire training that just goes over this. It's called the right and wrong way to carry a gun. But some of the big things that I look for, a holster has to have a really solid clip. And it needs to have either what I mean by a solid clip is if I'm going to present that gun, never should there be a chance or an opportunity for that holster to come out with the gun.
Right.
So I want something that kind of has an angle, very positive, very strong. I also want it to have a very large clip, so something that's very wide, or if it's going to be thin clips, which a lot of holster manufacturers are using now, there
Trying
has to be
reduce
two of them.
weight. Okay.
There has to be
gotcha.
two. Because here's the thing, when you start doing stuff like what Dan is doing and Joe on the 21-day dry fire challenge, those are two of our amazing admins. So give them a big shout out. So when you start trying to draw from a position of concealment, we need that firearm to consistently be in the exact same spot. What I've found with holsters that have just one tab is that the gun will rotate.
Yeah.
And then when you go to present it, you're always grabbing it in a weird spot.
Right.
Which makes it very difficult to be consistent and really get that gun out. Hey, thanks, David.
But
we appreciate you,
another
bud.
thing to keep in mind, thank you, David, is that your holster is only as good as your belt.
Very true. So you definitely have to have a good gun belt, core essentials, next belts, Bigfoot belts are good.
There's a couple. I mean,
There's a
look,
lot.
but you need an actual gun belt. So
Yeah, regular belts are not
They
good
are
enough.
more expensive, but it is a big difference between having a gun belt and just, getting a leather belt or whatever at Walmart. So that will make a huge difference. And what kind of holster do you have? The Tier 1 Access?
Yeah, I use a Tier 1 Axis Elite, which I really love.
Okay.
But there's lots of good holsters.
Yep,
Holster
but
is
that's what you
great.
wear.
Muddy River Tactical has got to be the best. It's very inexpensive. $35, I think. $40 maybe. Very inexpensive for a good Kydex holster, but super high quality. So
For
Muddy
who?
River
Muddy
Tactical.
River Tactical. Yeah, they did a great. They
did a great job.
Holsters.
And
they've got
Kydex.
some nice leather too. I mean,
Yeah.
some people like leather. The hard,
Yep.
that
Crossbreed
hard-
is
hard
great.
leather.
Okay, so I just tuned in. Somebody probably mentioned the poor audio.
Oh.
I can barely hear you. Nope, we're just having to deal with some tech issues while we get this new, bigger computer built.
Did it just get?
No, it's not poor.
lower?
It's just you. It's just
Oh.
your voice is quiet.
Me.
Yeah.
I will scream.
Okay. What do you think about guide rod lasers for senior citizens? Guide rod lasers are okay, Jimmy. The only negative of a guide rod laser is that they are not intuitive. So you have to actually press the takedown lever to be able to activate the guide rod laser to turn it on.
Oh.
When you got to remember, when you're in a life or death situation, these moments are going to be happening lightning fast. We're talking microseconds.
No, he's better off with like a Crimson Trace.
A Crimson Trace grip laser where
Yeah.
all you have to do is grip the gun. So it's very natural. It's
and
very
it
intuitive.
automatically comes
And
on.
then it's just going to automatically turn on. I would encourage you to do that. Now, one of the benefits of having the guide rod laser is that you're not going to have a point of aim, point of impact difference because the lasers are not going to be crossing like wild, right? However,
If you
that doesn't
zero-
matter in a self-defense situation because
Right.
you're going to zero it between 3 and 5 yards.
Yeah, and you're gonna go for the center mass, which
And we're going for a combat zero. We're not going for a true zero or perfect zero. So
Exactly.
maybe it's zeroed on a gun range, a static range
Yeah.
where everything's fine. It's zeroed here, and you're gonna get perfect shots every time right there. But a combat zero, we just need the bullet to hit like here to here,
yeah.
right?
And at an average of 6 to 9 feet, which is most self-defense shootings happen. I mean, that's
9 to 15 feet. But yeah.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to do.
Okay, let's see. Some other questions. How long are applications taking? Just sent mine in. Most people are saying that it's taking about 8 weeks, roughly.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. Some are getting it back at 6, but there are no problems, no issues with the application. But you're looking about 8 weeks.
Yeah,
So other people are saying audio is fine for them. So
sure.
who knows? Sorry, maybe it's face. I don't know.
No, listen, I had this issue during the testing. You guys will notice every week the stream's going to get better and better.
Yeah.
There's just some things that we have to
We're
identify a
working on
problem
it.
to fix it.
But
and,
now Ryan wants to have a big giant computer right here. I'm like, this is my house, my kitchen.
So
like
I
it all
told her
nice.
today, I said, we were doing this in the house to give it a homey kind of feel, but until our new home is finished being built, which won't be till February, we're going to move the live stream next week to my office in Brandon. So that way I can leave the computer set up and not have, you guys don't know it, but I have like a ton of equipment set up on my table. And
Everywhere. His crap is everywhere.
it's making Tiffany angry.
It's making me angry. I like my house to be nice and tidy. So
Tiffany is like a weird person. Like I'll be sitting on the couch watching TV and I'm like, Tiff, why don't you come relax? And she's like, I got to sweep. And I'm like, sweep what? Like there's nothing on the floor. She's like, I just got to sweep. I can feel it.
I don't like to sit down until everything is clean and nice and tidy.
Yeah, Scuba says, how about renew early since we don't know what Biden is going to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he messaged and told me to ask you. I forgot.
Okay, so I didn't know. So, I think you're only allowed to renew now 90 days prior to it expiring.
Okay.
And then 90 days after it expires. So it's not like you have that big of a window anyway. And honestly, concealed carry is regulated by the state.
Mhm.
I don't think Biden has much control over that.
Well, unless they did an executive order, but I don't think they're going to go for that. I think they're gonna go for assault rifles.
Sure.
They're gonna try to come for those, high capacity magazines
Because they're used in so many crimes, right?
No, because they feel like that's really gonna make.
They
people
feel it's
happy.
low-hanging fruit for their base.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is low-hanging fruit.
Hey,
exactly.
thanks, Jim. We appreciate
Thank
you, bud.
Jim.
Gave
We
$10.
appreciate that. Awesome. Hey, don't forget to share the stream before we're almost done. We're gonna answer a few more questions and then we're gonna do the giveaways.
Okay, somebody says, could you answer my question above, please? Ask the question again, bud, because it just says
I'm
Facebook
sorry.
user. I won't be able to see it.
We get like a million comments through here, so you just gotta.
Yeah, what's interesting is I think it's going to be really comical to see the Trump policies that Biden reverses. So the Iran deal, I think for sure. First of all, I think China is behind Biden getting elected anyway.
100%.
So the China trade deal is going to be gone. We're going to have a terrible trade deal again.
Yep. 100%.
So it's going to be funny to watch all that stuff happen.
Yeah. Well,
in America fall to
not
shambles.
really funny, but
It's funny because people voted for him.
okay. So
She's like, change the subject.
no, I'm just. You know what?
There's still a chance for Trump. Yeah,
Yes,
could be.
100%
Definitely
agree.
a lot of irregularities. Definitely some very interesting stuff.
Some
But I don't know if there's enough
interesting
evidence. Like, we need solid evidence for a
We
court to actually
need-
overrule this.
What we need is true Americans that seen something or know something that went on to say, you know what, no matter what side I'm on, this is not good
Acceptable.
for America. This
Yeah.
is not acceptable. And, no matter what I believe, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say something. And we need those whistleblowers to say, I saw something that shouldn't have happened, that was
Sure.
illegal or whatever it was. Because the last thing you want is to start, if Biden won fairly, then he won fairly.
Sure. It's just
and
the way it is,
and
man.
it is what it is. And I'm going to pull up my big boy panties, big girl panties, and I'm going to be fine with it. However.
Yeah, there's definitely, so Shell says there's videos of frauds.
Yeah,
like
I've
I've
seen
seen
some of
videos
those.
where things seem strange.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember, right? We're not talking about our perception of what we think is fraud.
Right.
It's, is there enough evidence of fraud for a court?
Yeah.
You guys also have to understand, to overturn an election like this will cause a war.
Right. And there has been
And it's
some
got to be
whistleblower-
very,
yes.
very clear.
Some of the USPS, I think that's a big one. There's some USPS.
Oh, I didn't hear about
people-
that.
Yeah, well, there were some postal workers that said, they said, hey, any of those ballots.
Okay,
that
your
came
mom
in-
says Project Veritas, I think is what she means, has videos. Project Veritas does a good job.
Veritas. It's
Veritas,
like
they go.
Veritable.
No. She just spelled it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she's probably off her meds or something, man.
So anyway, those are the people that we need to step up.
Yeah.
And
agree.
and to just say this is not okay.
Yep, I agree. For
Or
anybody,
else we're gonna
nobody,
end up like a freaking communist. Like, are you kidding
and
me?
people are cheering it on. They
Yeah.
love communism, Tiffany. They love
Oh,
communism.
my gosh.
Okay, anyway, we got off onto a big tangent
Okay.
here. Any other questions about Florida concealed carry, about what's happening in our world, about why Jay Chambers is the sexiest man alive at the moment?
Okay, you ready? Ready to do giveaway then? All right.
Very true, Brian.
So,
But again, we need evidence of that.
if you want to make this yours, just comment pen.
Open it up.
Just comment pen. I know. First, I was saying what to do.
Okay.
Like, relax. So, is this bright?
That was the rudest thing. I'm gonna wait till you're
That was
sleeping.
so funny. Okay, so cool pen. It's actually really, really bright, and it has a seatbelt cutter there, and then it's got some other tools. It's got your screwdriver things, and then it's got a razor blade. What do you call it? Like an X-Acto knife? What do you call
Yeah,
those?
seatbelt cutter.
No, not the seatbelt color. This thing.
Yeah, razor blade. We call that a shiv in the joint.
Yeah, a shiv.
That's what you're gonna have to smuggle in if I ever
So
get
if you want
arrested.
that, just write pen. Just write pen. I got YouTube and Facebook comments here, so just comment pen, and then I'm gonna scroll through once I do this one more time.
Gotcha. I beat you that time. I knew it was
You
coming.
closed your eyes on me. All right, Ryan, pick somebody.
Okay, so we're gonna go with,
Dun, 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 dun.
how about Larry Taylor?
Larry Taylor, you just won the tactical pen. So, Larry, what you need to do is just send me an email to classes@tampacarry.com. We need a pop-up. So
I'll make
I don't
one.
have to say it. Okay.
Sure.
Next week, we're going to have a pop-up. Classes at
Just one more.
TampaCarry.com. Just send me your address and let me know I won the tactical pen. Okay?
I never won anything. Pick me. Yeah, I don't deal with manipulation very well, by the way.
If you never won anything, well, tonight you never won anything. No, it's joking. Okay, now we're going to give... Whoops, I just hit my head.
Tell me, our kids, when we were like getting the new house, right? When we first decided to do it, we're talking about like what we're going to do, upgrades and stuff like that. And then Lincoln comes into the room. We're all sitting at the table talking. And Lincoln goes, "We deserve this house."
Oh,
I'll tell you one thing. That kid will never say that to me again.
That did not end well.
Ripped him. I said, "You don't deserve anything in life. You don't deserve this house.
We don't
Mom and Dad don't deserve this house. You deserve nothing."
Yeah.
So I think that's an issue we have in society today is people think they deserve stuff.
They deserve stuff.
You deserve what you earn and nothing less.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to give away a copy of the book. So just write book, but I'll also pick people that say pen. So just write book. No, you're only going to, okay, no. You have to type book because Ryan's not going to pick you if you wrote pen.
Yeah, because last time we got this dope thing that popped up in the comments and said, you got 1,000 comments. And honestly, I'm just trying to get that again. That's what my goal is.
He wants 1,000 comments.
Hey, thanks,
thank you
Andy.
so much, Andy. Yes, Trump 2020. We're with you.
You guys know the person that was the most affected by this election in my household is this guy.
Yeah.
He was stressed.
You were stressed about that, huh? Yeah.
I know, but it's going to be okay, buddy.
Yeah.
God's got us, and we're going to be
so,
okay. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. We are a small business.
So he's worried about the business, right?
Yeah.
He's worried about Biden changing something, us losing our business, but
yeah,
that'll just go back to something math.
Taxes and stuff like that. So, okay, book. Just write book.
Oh, Steve Easters. Greatest. Let me just hold on a second.
Wait.
If you guys live in Tampa Bay, Steve, give me your phone number real quick. You live in Tampa Bay and you guys want to get a water softener.
This is true.
Greatest water softener salesperson you guys will ever meet, Steve Easters.
Yeah, Ryan.
Tampa Bay. I used to work with him.
To work with him for
he is one of the only people. If people say like, "Do you have friends?" I got like.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
I got like 3 people that I would even consider that I call like close friends. Actually, I guess it's more than that. I got 5 now.
Yeah, because
Steve Easters, Dan, Joe, Lance, and my buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
But Steve is definitely up there. So if you guys are interested, send me a message.
I forgot about Joey.
Oh, and Joey. I love Joey.
You're getting
I'm actually meeting more friends now. But
because Ryan is not a friend guy.
Yeah, anyway. Steve Easters is awesome. So send me a message and Steve will hook you up.
Yeah. So if anybody needs a water softener.
Yeah.
Send a message to classes at Tampa Carry and I'll be the secretary for you, Steve. Okay. Book. So pick someone for the book, please.
Okay, let's see.
And who's going to win the book?
Let's pick Eugene.
Okay, so
Eugene's picture. Eugene, I can't see all of your face.
Eugene is my uncle's name.
But Eugene, if you guys have ever watched Trailer Park Boys, his little tiny thumbnail, you look like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
No, it just looks like that in his thing. He's a handsome guy. So Eugene Mass, or M-A-A-S, I think it was. Send me an email to Tampa Carry, classes at Tampa Carry, and we'll get that book to you. I'm pretty sure that he's a past student of yours.
I think so.
Ryan.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Okay, next is this Olight. Am I supposed to open it? I don't have to open it. It's a great
pretty awesome.
light.
Jason gave it to you. Thanks, Jason.
Yes, Jason gave it to us. So if you want the flashlight, just
text light.
Light.
We still didn't get to 1,000 comments yet.
Oh,
I want 1,000.
Ryan wants his 1,000 comments. Comment light, please, and then we'll pick someone for that.
And we're gonna wait. I'm not even picking the winner of this until.
Yeah. Did you hear?
No.
Alex Trebek died.
I did hear. I was trying to figure out which kind of funny gun video I can make about Alex Trebek to the Google algorithm. Is that rude?
Yes, that's very rude. I mean, I don't know. I remember like when I was a little kid and you only got like 6 channels or whatever. But my parents would watch him, so I watched him since I was like this big.
Yeah, I've been
watching
watching
on
my whole
TV
life.
for like ever.
Which that's a pretty big sign of success. I mean, to have a TV show that's run that long. How long do TV shows even last normally? A couple years.
On there forever, but he did live till he's 80, so 80's pretty cool. All right,
Biden gun laws for 800. Death to America.
Crazy Biden gun laws for 800. Okay, so before Ryan picks someone, I want to tell you guys thank you. Thank you for putting up with all of our testing and getting this right. But we are going to get it right. But we appreciate you guys. Oh, Dan said 1,000 comments. We really appreciate you guys. Oh, Lori put light. Lori, I'll give you one for Christmas. You don't have to. That's my sister, who happens to be single. I have
And ready to mingle.
and ready to mingle.
She's a nurse, so she can probably get you some Percocet.
Oh, jeez. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
She looks like me, but she's got blonde hair, blue eyes. She's thinner and is probably 3 inches taller.
So if you're interested, type Lori.
If you're interested, type Lori in the comments. And yeah,
We'll give you her home address, and you can just stalk her and figure out, whether she's a good fit or not.
something about Mary. Yeah, just look through her windows. I'm single and I have no light. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, we appreciate you too. Okay, pick somebody, Ryan. All
Okay,
right, we're
I'm gonna
pick
say-
somebody for the light.
Lori, there's a bunch of people typing your name, just so you know.
Oh gosh, she's so gonna kill us. Oh my
We'll have a picture of her on here next week for you guys. And her work schedule.
and her work schedule. Light and Lori. One of each. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Eugene posted Lori.
Okay, so how old is she? I don't even know. I think she's 41. No, I'm 40. She's 42. So get better with age. Okay, come on, dude, pick someone. What are you
Okay.
doing
I
here?
don't even know.
You're
I'm
trying
just
to look for someone with a cute profile. Is what you're doing. You like?
That's not it.
I'm waiting to see.
Okay,
the
here's-
one person.
here.
Wait, I'm waiting to see the one person that's actually going to spell her name right because it's spelled a Canadian way, which
Sierra
is Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Oh, she's a student.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Sierra Jimenez, you got the light. So just send me an email to classes@tampacarry.com and we'll get that out to you.
And that proves I'm not sexist.
And is that why you did it? You picked a woman so you weren't sexist? You are sexist. You tell me that I belong in the kitchen and that the reason God gave me small feet is so I get closer to the sink.
It's just fact.
Oh,
Can't hide the truth. It's just fact.
he's such a turd.
If Tiffany ever dies, I'm just going to post an ad on Craigslist says man seeking woman. Big boobs, big butt, must cook, non-smoker.
And mute.
Preferably mute. I'm sure I'll get a reply.
What would your live show be with a mute? Okay, we gotta go.
That's
We gotta
getting out
go
of control.
before we make this bad. Jax, you want to say goodnight, baby? Say goodnight, sheepdogs.
Okay, I'm going to post a really awesome video
guys.
coming up on the Tampa Carry YouTube channel about Joe Biden's gun control agenda.
Oh yeah,
It's
this
a-
is actually a really good video, and
It's
I
a
bet
long
you
video.
there's a
but-
lot of stuff that you don't know though.
Man, he has got an aggressive policy. He's got some crazy stuff.
He's
so,
got some stuff planned for us.
yeah, watch it, share the video, because it's important for every gun owner in America to really understand what
And
we're in for
non-gun owner
if
to
this
see-
dude gets into office.
See this stuff because they may want a gun later. All right, guys. Yeah, to get closer to the sink. Exactly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you, and we will see you next Monday at 7 p.m.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.